It is your boy, the Mulatto Ronin, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out there today. They're y'all. Welcome on back to the channel. But guys, I had updated the name because, guys, my targeted audience on this particular channel is regarding light skin, racially ambiguous, and mulatto type of people. That's usually what I mainly talk about on this particular channel, but I will mix it up from time to time. Like you guys been seeing, I've definitely been talking a bit more about economics, universal basic income. So I will branch out and still talk about other different topics, and even also I'll talk about Africa, at time as well. So, but primarily I stick to talking about experiences and how we should move as light-skinned, racially ambiguous, or mulatto type of people. That's what this channel is based off and really to help everybody for. But guys, I really had to make this topic because I really want to see the next generation, of young people, and heck, even just other light-skinned, racially ambiguous mulattoes out there, how to properly move when you're in the black community, and in terms of the types of friends and people you should surround yourself by if you're trying to grow and you're trying to build as a man. And this is very, very important because honestly, this is for all groups at the end of the day, but I feel like this is especially for us because, listen, at one point in history, before it was a race, mulattoes, like I said, I can't remember if I said this in an old video or not, but we had our own class at one point in America before it got erased and it turned into the one drop rule, and everybody's all classified as Black American, which there are definitely differences. Like, listen, I know a lot of people are going to look at certain people, be like, oh, black is black. Race is a social construct. Yeah, motherfucker, that is not true. I used to believe that until I got I ain't gonna lie, guys. I used to literally believe that until I got into the gym. When I got into the gym and I started, really improving myself, carrying myself, a lot more better, that was when I seen a different side of people. And and even before that too, like I definitely noticed differences, but back in the day I didn't really think nothing of it until I started listening to other light skinned and mulatto people. Oh wow, you're shedding your experiences. I did not think that, I didn't think it was all that big of a deal until so many people started saying the same thing. That was when I realized, oh wow, it really is like us light skins, we really do be going through our own particular experiences out here. It's very, very different compared to a dark skinned counterpart, a white counterpart, a Mexican, and then on top of that, you got to keep in mind when it comes down to women as well, guys, when it comes down to women and how they view a man, unfortunately, when it comes down to stereotypes, that's usually how a lot of women kind of move, unfortunately, especially in this day and age. Don't get me wrong, you can still set down, the goal is still really to get to learn the person, get to know the partner and everything, like the person you're trying to deal with and build with, that's the goal, and everything. But in this day and age, if you don't meet a certain expectation with a lot of different women, or, if they expect you to just move a certain type of way, they're not really going to give you the time or day. Or if they see that you are moving correctly, but at the same time, you're not toxic and you actually got standards, you got boundaries, yeah, you're going to turn off a lot of women and they're just going to go to a darker skin counterpart, or they're going to go to a white counterpart, so just keep that in mind. Like, if you're moving smart and you got God on your side, you're already going to walk a more lonelier path in general. But yeah, I just had to throw that out there. But honestly, guys, this video is mainly targeted for, not just, adults, in their basically like in their 20s or, even older. But this is mostly for the younger generation out there, the teenagers and younger. The top 3 types of friends, in terms, like, if you have like black friends or like you're definitely around more black people, these are the top 3 types of dark skinned homeboys that I would have as friends, like as you're trying to build and as you're moving up, just basically so you can come out here and being as successful as possible as a light skinned, racially ambiguous mulatto type of person. So I want to see everybody do good out here and really be successful. So, but when you're dealing with other communities, it's very, very important that you got to be aware, I know a lot of people say, oh, people is people. Not when you're melanated. When you're melanated, you're going to go through a different experience. Us light skinned, racially ambiguous, it takes us time to really learn that, because it's like, oh, you like in the black community, it's like, oh yeah, like you'll hear some people say, oh yeah, you black, it's all good. And then you hear other people say like, oh nah, you ain't black, you white, or like stop acting white, or you'd be like, oh, you're not black enough. So if you're hearing that so much repeatedly, and then you do the research and you go back in history and you see, oh wow, people that look like me, they had their own class, but it got erased. Now you see why you're dealing with certain dynamics out here. And this is very, very important so you don't get fucked over, even though you're kind of accepted in the black community. But if you're not aware of these things, you're going to get fucked over out here. So I'm trying to save y'all from, getting, screwed over out here. So if you're a young man or, a teenager, and heck, even if you're a young woman out here, this could help you as well. But primarily, if you're a young man, teenager, a boy growing up out here, very, very important. Choose your friends very, very wisely, especially in the black community, all communities for that matter. But 9 out of 10 chance you're going to most likely gravitate and be around a lot more black people a lot of times. So if you are around a lot more black people, these are the top 3 types of black friends, black dudes that I would have as close homeboys. Coming in at number 3, the black nerd. Guys, the black nerd gets so much hate. I don't know what it is. Like, they're up there with us light skins, and don't let you be light skinned and nerdy like myself. That hate is about the 10x, So if you're smart, intelligent, and dark skinned black, oh my goodness, man, you're going to get the most hate out of here. I don't know what it is, but like guys, like so many of them I talk to, I'm just like, wow, like the hate is crazy. But yeah, the black nerd is definitely a solid person to have as a homeboy, because for one, both of y'all really don't really fit into, the mainstream media and a lot of the community like that at times, And what's crazy, we really the backbone of the community, if I'm keeping it real with you. Like we really, really sharp out there. But unfortunately, we live in a time where just like in terms of ownership and power in America, we're not really up there. So in the mainstream media, we already know what the media paints the picture of the average melanated person, Afro type features. It's usually not good. And what you see in the media does not translate to reality. Yes, you're going to see the hood culture in real life. Yes, you're going to see certain dynamics, but at the same time, that's not everybody. And even if somebody look like they about that life, you'd be surprised, man. Like, okay, you may see somebody tatted up and everything. They might be the biggest nerd out there, Like me personally, guys, like look at me, I'm tatted up, got a little bit of muscle on me, but I'm a big nerd, guys. I ain't gonna lie, So yeah, like the black nerd easily gets the number 3 spot. I don't know why they get so much hate, and also another thing I find really disgusting with the dynamic out here in America, and like the fact that you as a dark-skinned black person, the fact you get cheered on, not just by your own community, but also outside your community as well. So like whites, Hispanics and everything, whenever you're doing the most degenerate and like messed up stuff, it always baffles me as like how much more you just get cheered on for that behavior. That really just, I don't know, man, like that just never set right with me. Like, I mean, like that's just, it's always been very disgusting, just seeing that, on the regular. But yeah, black nerds out there, they really do deserve the most respect, because like y'all even a bigger minority out there as well. Y'all up there with us, y'all a minority within a minority. So we really operate kind of perfectly, as friends and stuff, so I got no problem with black nerds, any nerds for that matter, so. And then on top of that, because I'm more creative, a nerd is usually pretty creative as well. I have not met one black nerd that is just not creative, not trying to do something artsy. Like, I just rarely ever see that, so somebody that's on that type of time, that's a person I got to have on the team, because as I'm building and like, as I'm growing, like the circle I need by my side is people like that, like smart people around here, So yeah, the Black Nerd easily gets the number 3 spot. Awesome people, man. Like, I don't know why they get so much hate and just not getting the respect that they deserve out here. Like, cause they really do deserve a lot more respect. The only thing I would say to the Black Nerd is just hit the gym, man. Hit the gym, get cut, like look presentable, like be a nerd that looks appealing, to women, and also protecting yourself. I think that's the only biggest advantage. I mean, that's like the biggest disadvantage that a lot of Black nerds, might have, but just be aware of that. And then coming in at number 2, this is another awesome dark skinned homeboy to have, as a friend. I gotta talk about the reformed prison dude. So a dark skinned brother that has been incarcerated and turning his whole life around, once they get out of prison, that's a cool homeboy to have around because, man, like, they not on the type of hating shit, they not on the jealousy, like, they gonna be really cool to be around, and they become a lot more disciplined, because you gotta think, guys, the Black community is a lot of broken households, a lot of broken households. It is it definitely is a bit dysfunction, 100%. A lot of dynamics you gotta be aware about, but at the same time, I will say, man, for us, if you go through something pretty traumatic, whether it be a divorce or whether it be some people, they go to prison or they go to military, that really shaped you to become a better man. So if a hood dude went to jail and everything or prison for some time and they come out, a changed person, that's a cool homeboy to have, like, especially like if you moving smart in terms of business, you trying to build, they usually got your best interests, a lot of times. So I do got a lot of respect for, them type of dudes as well. Really, really cool. Like, honestly, surprisingly, like a light skinned dude, if you moving accordingly out here, if you always been moving accordingly, you got that structure, you got that discipline, and you know who you are out here, you'll get along really good with a dark skinned dude that's like got out of prison and, his life perspective is a lot more different. He's not reckless, like back in the day. So, really cool people, they definitely get the number 2 spot. So yeah, that's a cool homeboy to have, and then if you're about to make any dumb decisions, he gonna stop you. He gonna put you on game about the whole prison system and everything. And hey, how you don't want to go there and be aware of X, Y, and Z, these guys will put you on game, So yeah, those are cool homeboys to have. And then coming in at number 1, the dark skinned homeboy that ain't jealous of you. This is very, very important, guys, because in the Black community, if you are light skinned, racially ambiguous, mulatto, you gonna get a lot of hate just for being light skinned, racially ambiguous. That's why I say, we are literally in our own particular lane in society. And the fact, like I said earlier, we had our own class and everything, and that's not to say that, hey, we're better than anybody else. No, we're not saying that. We're just saying that there are differences between everybody, at times, and then on top of that, even the way that we move, a dark skinned person, a lot of times move a bit more different than a light skinned, racially ambiguous counterpart, mulatto type of person, a lot of times that is the case. But for different reasons, you have to understand a light-skinned, racially ambiguous mulatto type of person, he doesn't really have like much protection and safety nets, So for him, the best thing, even though with all that, you should still try to build. You guys, we really need to really build like the most. Like, we got to really strive and really build up ourselves the most, guys, because like, listen, man, like, I mean, like, that's really our only choice, because trying to really get things going in a lot of other different places it's going to be a lot tougher, So try to really have a more entrepreneur type of mindset out here. But yeah, having a dark skinned homeboy that's not jealous of you and he gets women, that's very, very important because, like, guys, I be looking around, like, I just think it's crazy, the amount of just insecurities a lot of dark skinned dudes will have towards a light skinned counterpart, especially as men out here. So just be aware of that, because a dude that's not insecure, he get women, that's a cool person to have around. I ain't got to worry about him, acting crazy. I ain't got to worry about him, on some hating shit, because you will see that over time. But yeah, like, but these are usually the type of men that's already going somewhere. They building already on themselves. So them the type of homeboys I can have as friends, like, and that goes for any group of people. If you moving accordingly, we gonna be the best of friends, like, and then on top of that, if you hitting the gym and you already like on point with certain things, yeah, we gonna relate a lot. But yeah, I just had to make this quick video out there for all the young people out there. So if you young, you a teenager, you a boy, light skinned, racially ambiguous, very, very important that you move accordingly and really have a builder type of mindset, entrepreneur type of mindset, and be okay with not being the center of like attention, in the black community, which, listen, like I said before, you're in your own particular lane in society. Black people, they going to accept you a bit, but at the same time, they not. No dark skinned black person is going to want light skin to be the face of the black community and the dynamics and everything, because everybody knows a light skinned and dark skinned counterpart moves very, very differently at times. People say all black is black. No. The women know it best. Like, trust me, we all see these dynamics. And that's very, very important. So this is why I say we in our own particular lane, mulatto category. And yeah, I just hope I really helped a lot of young people out there. I hope I help a lot of, if you got kids that's watching this video, hopefully I helped a lot of them, because, hey, they're going through school and everything. They a little lost at certain things happening to them. This video could really help a lot of y'all, keeping y'all out of trouble. Because the last thing you want to be is that light skinned person that's always trying to prove themselves. Like, bro, like you not a dark skinned counterpart. You like right in between, you in your own lane in society, like, unfortunately, due to history, they want to keep us group of people really confused out here. You in your own particular lane, and that's okay. And like I said earlier, this is not us denouncing our blackness or whatever the case may be. However people want to feel about that, people hate it, whatever, that's on them. But at the same time, out of any other group of people, black people, y'all should know it for a fact. Like all the dark skinned counterparts, y'all should know this shit for a fact. But if anybody's gonna go to bat for y'all, it's gonna be it's gonna be the light skinned people first out of any other group. Cause you expecting white people, you expecting Hispanics, oh, you can definitely hang that up. You expecting Asians, all these other different groups. Asians kind of moving different, but I will say, but here in America specifically, a light skin is really gonna have your best interest, and really gonna help motivate and keep everybody in a good mental state. Cause we really aware of and just seeing the fuckery that goes on with not just us, but what other communities be doing to the darker skin counterpart as well, cause I be gotta check them at times. Be like, hey man, like that's not true, so, but yeah, I definitely do believe that, yeah, we are in our own particular lane, and that's okay, but we still our biggest allies. But we do got to call out these differences. And women out there, let me know what y'all think of this as well. All the light skinned, racially ambiguous mulatto women, do y'all agree with me? I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, all black is black. At the end of the day, I'm a man, so I don't know what it is from a woman's perspective, but from basically what I've been seeing on YouTube, we all been having kind of similar experiences as light-skinned, racially ambiguous mulatto type of people out here. But that's all I want to say. Like and subscribe, share. Y'all take it easy.